This is Daniel Smith from Jets Guru. Welcome to the show. All gas, no brakes. Let's go, Jets. Woo!
Let's make sure we play like the New York Jets. Can't wait.
What's going on, Jets Nation? CJ the Painkiller D. Simone here, and you are watching Jets Guru. Now, give it up for your host, Mr. Daniel Smith!
What is going on, New York Jets and Jets Guru fans? What a great win for the New York Jets. They come out here and just put on, to me, an absolute performance. I mean, for this young team, 27-24 Jets victory, final overtime, and what will be a statement game moving on, not only in Zach Wilson's career, but the rest of the season for the Jets, where they can hang their hat on this game. Because let me tell you something, folks, for a young team that was 0-3, feeling all the pressure for no reason, because this is a rebuilding team, but fans were getting antsy because it's been 10 years since we've seen something. So fans are getting upset. You know, some of it deserved, some of it not deserved. But the Jets came out here. Slow start. Defense was ready to play from the very beginning. I mean, there's just so much to talk about in this game. You know, the first quarter, obviously, we're going to start the beginning of the game, but it was tough, you know, watching the beginning because I was like, oh, here we go again. And then you slowly started to see it pick up a bit. I was very, very, very happy that the Jets went back to the running game. I think that was super important for them to run anywhere between 20 to 30 times and give Zach a little bit more time, a little bit of variation in what you're seeing, what that defense is able to see. And although it was only for 2.6 yards a carry on those 25 runs, there were some big time runs in there. There were some good runs in there, including the Michael Carter touchdown, which was huge to get the game to 9-7. And I mean, that is just a super important part of the game. I mean, and let me talk about Michael Carter for a second, because the stats won't reflect what he actually did. He had a couple really nice plays in there, including the one before the touchdown where he had it was just a silly move. He plants his left foot. I think his left or right foot was planted. He did a move, and as he was coming down in his move, the defender tried to grab him, completely got out of that, did one more cut, almost scored on that play. And what did Robert Saleh do? Did he bring in Frank Gore for the touchdown? No, he rewarded his young back who just got them even closer to the goal line. He could punch it in right there. He's a rookie. Let's build his confidence. Let's build that offensive line's confidence. Goes right back to the kid. Boom, touchdown, punches it in. I knew right there, it's not the same team. It is not the same way that they're going to be doing things they've done in the past. This team is ready to go. They're ready to move on into the future. They're just rebuilding, and they're young, and they have a rookie quarterback and a rookie coach and coordinator. I thought Saleh did an excellent job today. And by the way, please share the show while we're live. That really helps. We really appreciate that. Robert Saleh, to me, did an excellent job at time management. He called timeouts at certain times of the game when the team really needed it, where a second of clarity was needed, especially towards the end of the game there. I really liked those timeouts. He did a very good job at time management. I think they did a very good job at pacing Zach Wilson and pacing just the scheme, the back and forth of between the running and the passing, splitting it up. I think they did a pretty good job. You know, Tennessee, they ran almost double the plays in the New York Jets, but you couldn't tell by the defense. The defense did not care what the offense was doing at all. They didn't care if the offense was scoring or not. They were ready to come and play today. The Jets had 8 sacks today. I mean, you're just talking, 7 sacks today. You're talking about a huge, huge game. I'm just super excited to see this team finally play to the potential. CJ Mosley, we talked about him before, guys. He lost the weight that was needed to get him into the shape that he needed to play in this defense. You know, he could have said, hey, that's not something to do. They probably could have moved Mosley for a third rounder or something like that and moved on. He said, no, coach, I can lose the weight. I can get down to it. Got down to the lowest weight since his rookie year. He looks phenomenal out there. He's flying all over the field. He fits perfectly in this defense, which requires athletic backers, but he's always been athletic. He's just, you know, with this extra weight down, it frees him up to move around a little bit more, and it's showing. 14 tackles, 10 solo, 1 sack. Well, okay. Joe Douglas keeps hitting, guys. He finds these guys on the market. Quincy Williams, every time you turned around and you watched the game, you saw Quincy Williams just absolutely going off. He was all over the place. What a compliment to CJ Mosley, and I'm not surprised they're paired like that. If this is what this guy is going to give us the rest of the year, forget about it. This is an awesome pickup. 12 tackles, 10 solo, 1 sack, 2 for tackles for loss, 1 pass defense. I mean, you can't ask for more. Javelin Guidry playing all over the field. When there was an injury, he was moved around. 10 tackles, 9 solo. Quinnen Williams, 7 tackles, 6 solo, 2 sacks. Bryce Hall, a half a sack, 3 pass defenses. Tell me right now you don't see Bryce Hall becoming a lockdown corner right now for us. If he continues this, I mean, he is playing very, very well, including 2 quarterback hits. They did such a good job at making it difficult for Ryan Tannehill to know where some of these blitzes were coming from. I think Saleh and company and Ulbrich did a great job at mixing up the blitzes coming from different sides. Jonathan Franklin Myers, I mean, he is turning up, guys. He's coming out party for Quincy Williams. Jonathan Franklin Myers, obviously CJ Mosley's been out there, but he's been away a little bit. Zach Wilson, I mean, you can't ask for a better performance from a young kid. You really can't, guys. Down and out. Team's already down 9-0. Does he look phased? Absolutely not. 8.7 yards per pass is his average. 21 for 34, 297, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, which, mind you, Corey Davis slipped on that play, or that's probably not a pick. That's probably a reception. He was only sacked 1 time. The offensive line did a much better job. Remember, we talked about it on Jets Guru that I like to go 4 games before I judge a team fully on who they are. And I would say with this team, even 5 or 6, because they're so green, being the youngest team in the league, starting the most rookies. But you're seeing things get a little better week to week. Now, the score doesn't indicate it. But I told you guys, if you take off the blinders and look at what this team is actually doing, it does actually look good. Zach Wilson played a little bit better. The offensive line played a little bit better. The defense keeps building that confidence. You know, you have to look at the individual storylines throughout the season. There's going to be highs and lows, up and down, because there's rookies everywhere. There's young players everywhere. There's new coaches and new schemes. And so sometimes you're going to have games where it looks like they're clicking, and there's going to be games where they just don't look very well. But I'll tell you right now, there is a different vibe with this New York Jets team. And if you can't feel it, you're just a hater, because what I saw from Zach Wilson, I was waiting for Sam Darnold to do for 4 years. He has 8, 9 passes over 20 yards now in just a couple games. He has shown you that he can make those dynamic plays. Did you see that play to Corey Davis, that touchdown where Zach Wilson, he's rolling to the right and he's just sitting there, and did you see him? Did you see him point? He was like unfazed. Just go ahead, Corey, just move over there. I got you. Boom. Throws the ball down the field. Hits Corey Davis. What a statement game by Corey Davis, who obviously he's played well all season except for the drops. But the drops have been something that, because Zach has struggled, has been really a highlight. The game didn't start off too well for him either, but he built confidence. You know, sports is about confidence a lot of times. All these guys are really talented. That's how they get to the pros. You know, that's how they get to college and all these places. they're playing other talented people. So a lot of it is about confidence and being familiar and getting into a groove and a rhythm. And that's what you saw with Corey Davis. And he had an absolutely outstanding game. You're talking about 4 reception, 111 yards and 1 TD. You're telling me this guy can't be a number 1 wide receiver averaging 27 yards a catch? He was open. Let me tell you, Corey Davis could have had at least 7 catches in this game for about 160 yards, maybe even more with 2 touchdowns. The offensive line blew a play late in the game. Corey Davis was open for a big bomb. Zach would have found him. He had to roll out quickly, couldn't hit him. Obviously, the interception play where he slipped, that was another one. So, this guy, you haven't seen a Jets receiver like Corey Davis in a while. So everybody needs to really be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it sucks. The drops, you're like, yeah, he sucks with that, right? But realistically, I mean, this guy's a really good receiver. How about Keelan Cole came out, right? This is a guy who was added to a receiving core that was already full, when you look at everything that's there. But Keelan was added, 3 catches, 92 yards, the one big play with Zach, the 50-yard play that really opened things up. And I think after the Jets made that play, and after the Jets got the touchdown with Michael Carter, it seemed like it took a weight off this team. It seemed like this team was able to move a little bit more confidently in the way they played offensively. And I think you could see it. And just in the way that they moved, in the way that they played, you saw the confidence start to build in Zach Wilson. He started making some really nice complimentary throws, really big throws. And here's the one thing about Zach, right? Zach Wilson could make every big time throw that you can imagine. What Zach has to learn is he has to learn to take the underneath. He has to learn to take the throws when you look at them that are the easy throws. Those types of things is what Zach needs to take. Other than that, the special throws, the big time throws, Zach can make all those throws. So it's just him making sure he doesn't do too much. And that's up to the offensive coordinator to get him in rhythm and have a good game plan that offshoots things. One thing I think you saw from Zach Wilson today that I think you haven't seen from Zach Wilson all season up to yet was his athletic ability running with the ball. Let me tell you something. Zach Wilson almost crushed some dreams today. Zach Wilson almost crushed some dreams today with his footwork when he was scrambling. There's a couple plays, and I don't know, JR, if you could pull them up or not, but there's a couple plays where he was scrambling and he put some footwork and he almost blew ACLs out right on the field. Zach Wilson looked too nice with those feet, man. I'm telling you, bro. He was freezing dudes up there. Excellent footwork, rotating to both sides when he has to get out of the pocket. He looks more comfortable out there. Obviously, a lot of rookie quarterbacks with athletic ability do because they have a little bit more space to move and make decisions. But absolutely excellent footwork from this kid. I mean, if this is what his arm and what his ability could look like his rookie year, guys injured, Becton out. I mean, he's learning everything for the first time. I mean, if he could do that, what is he going to be like next year when him and LaFleur have worked together a full year and they add pieces? Go look at how many draft picks the Jets have and how much money they have in the offseason. This is the type of stuff that get Jet fans excited when they see a kid play like that. But listen, Zach, don't do it to him too often because you're going to wind up getting these linemen hurt out here with that fancy footwork, bro. Just too good, too good. Loved what I saw from Zach Wilson. Some of the throws that I saw from him today, I just have not seen from a Jets quarterback. Just haven't seen it. Haven't seen it like ever. Seen it ever. I haven't seen it. Some of the stuff that he could do is just dropping dimes, mad easy, just inaccurate too. And this is what we saw in that workout. Man, I guarantee you, if you took some of his throws from this game, you put that workout on and just run it side by side. I mean, just absolute crazy ability with his arm. Like, a lot of these quarterbacks out here, they have to plant and really dig to get the most out of their throws. When you look at guys like, Mac Jones and stuff like that, these are like more stiffer quarterbacks. Guys like Zach, they just go out there, they just flick the ball. It's just all in the wrist, just pure mechanics. Guy was made to play quarterback. I just really hope that the Jets can keep him upright because if you can give this kid space and time, he will find somebody with the ball, and the Jets have all the tools to give him options to do so. It's not a mistake that the Jets offense opened up a little bit, guys, when Jamison Crowder's back now. He was there for Zach Wilson, I mean, he was there for Sam Darnold when he was with the Jets. And you could see right here, 7 receptions. He had the most receptions out of anybody on the field, 61 yards and a touchdown. He makes himself available to everybody. He's just that clean with his footwork and how he runs routes. And this is why Joe Douglas wanted to keep him with such a young team, because this guy is truly a very good slot receiver and he just opens things up. He knows what to do. He could teach Elijah Moore a few things. I'm just telling you, this is why I just love the offseason. This is when you look at games like this and you see when people step up. Like, you got a guy like Jonathan Franklin Myers on your roster, even though you have rankings, Will Lawson, all these guys that you brought in that fit what you want to do. Mosley, his brother. I mean, I love what they've done. Bryce Hall, all these dudes, Eccles, Guidry, Marcus May didn't even play today. Are you kidding me? He didn't even play. Just such a good game, man. This is like, it's been a long time since we've seen a game like this. I'm not gonna cry or anything like that, but it's been such a such a hard journey. Jets Guru kind of took off right as Darnold got drafted, pretty much like that. So, and it's been nothing but losing, and it's been tough. And, we put a lot of work in here. So it's good to see this and to see everybody so excited, and, for us to finally do some victory, podcasts afterwards and get excited about that. I mean, it's, we've been starving for this. And again, it's not like we just won. We beat a team that literally ran for 5 yards, almost 5 yards a carry. Like, Tennessee ran for 177 yards. The Jets, again, they bend, don't break when it's important. And they did everything that they were supposed to do. They put so much pressure on Ryan Tannehill. I mean, this is just going to feed everyone, because everyone got to eat today. Like, the defensive line got to eat. The secondary got to eat. You know what I mean? The Jets picked up, a fumble, I think. They got to eat. Special teams got to eat. 2 field goals, nice kicks, okay? They don't look great, Amendola, but they go in. So that's all it counts for. Wide receivers got to eat. Running back room got to eat. I think Tevin Coleman, you won't see it. 4 carries, 14 yards. I know it's not a lot, but he looked pretty good. He's just getting back in, coming off injury, had a couple nice runs, getting Michael Carter putting his foot in the ground, making nice plays, and Zach Wilson stepping up for his team in the second half, making all the big time throws that were required. And let me tell you this, right? The reason why the Jets won this game is because of Zach Wilson. And this is the reason why I'm going to tell you this. Because you needed big time throws like Zach Wilson did to get back in this game and to win. And if you had Ryan Tannehill, even though he played an excellent game, he can't make throws like that. If the Jets were up on Tennessee, I don't know if he has that to get back in the game. And that's why they run as much as they do. And that's why they put so much effort on that. I mean, there was times in that game you were just like, first down Henry, second down Henry. Henry walks off the field. Ryan Tannehill does a 3rd and 5. Jets defense holds him. It's like, same thing with Sam Darnold. You saw it today with the Panthers. You take away that running option, it's not that easy to throw the football. And that's why they hide and protect and do different things schematically to make it easier for guys like Ryan Tannehill, for guys like Sam Darnold, so they don't expose themselves, right? With Zach Wilson, he has that ability to make those big time throws. And even though obviously it's a team game, without the defense stepping up and playing like they did, the game doesn't even matter. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is the Jets needed a quarterback like him. If they had a game managing quarterback, the Jets don't win this game. They don't make the appropriate throws that are needed. Those were some big time throws, guys. There were 2 throws to Keelan Cole that were huge. A couple throws to Davis that were huge. Like, big time throws that I don't think I've never seen Darnold throw, that I haven't seen Mark Sanchez throw. A couple of them, yeah, like in his first year when he was, he was kind of live, but other than that, it's been a long time. I mean, yes, between 2 defenders, like, damn, dude, like, split them. I mean, that's the type of ability that this kid has, throwing the football. And not just that, I think as time goes on, there were a couple throws in this game, quick throws. One to Keelan Cole late in the game, where I think they actually reviewed it. They initially said it was a first down and then called it back. if you look at that throw, he stepped up into the pocket very quickly. It was just a little quick throw, and Keelan was able to get it, roll off the defender, and almost get the first down. Those are quick rhythm, comfortable throws, just change of pace throws that I could see LaFleur mixing in there, more often. Just little one drop, boom, let it go as the slanted receiver or the in guy or the out guy comes, just really quick, really efficient, and it throws the defense off, man. You add a little bit of that, a little bit of play action, a couple rollouts. Then this kid's got that big arm. He can find anybody down the field. The one thing that's missing from this Jets team that I think would really help out for a guy like Zach is the tight end position. I think if the Jets in the offseason find a tight end, could really open up the middle and take some pressure off the edges. I mean, and Mark, the D did well against Henry. This is how good Henry is. He ran for like 150 something yards, almost 5 yards. Let me check. Did he actually go over 5? No, 4.8 yards per carry for Derek. 33 carries, a touchdown, 157 yards, 22 long. And the Jets played good against him. If you saw that, they'd be like, "Oh, the Jets got killed." No. The Jets played very well against Derrick Henry, in my opinion. And I don't think the Titans honestly did the right thing in the beginning of the game. They tried to take advantage of the Jets' young secondary and not hand the ball off to Derrick Henry. And I think it was a mistake. And they cost themselves a little bit of rhythm in their passing game and allowed the Jets to creep back in. If you go back and you watch the beginning of the game, I was kind of sitting around like, why don't you hand the ball off to Henry and just eat the clock? And they kept trying to throw the ball, and the Jets defense really just wasn't having it. They weren't going to give up those big plays. So, again, bend, don't break. This is starting to get me excited now. And the reason why is because I thought that the secondary would be the weakest part of the Jets team, not just the defense. I thought the secondary would be the worst part of the Jets team, and it is absolutely not. This defense is nice right now, and I don't know if they're going to hold this up. They came in as the number 10 defense. Obviously, you give up a lot of rushing yards like that. We'll have to see where they stand as far as the defense is concerned. But, eye test, despite the numbers, the eye test, the Jets defense looks good. I'm very happy with Ulbrich, and I'm very happy with Robert Saleh, because this was supposed to be the greenest unit. The offense was supposed to have the advantage because they have more talented weapons. But you're starting to see here that Saleh is bringing some knowledge and some game over, and I really like it. And these guys are young. They're going to grow together each and every game, and they're going to build some confidence. Someone made a good point. I think it was Kevin from Live Rounds. I think he said that, there's been so many coaches, Shanahan and a bunch of other guys, who started off like 0-7, 0-9. That kind of stuff happens in the NFL. The Jets, I had them for 6 wins this season, 8 if everything went perfect. And obviously it didn't start perfect. But when you look at this, I mean, a lot of people, you put Tennessee on the board against the Jets, they're picking Tennessee all day. So yeah, you look at some of these other games and you go, oh man, the Jets lost. Like the Panthers game, you got a couple more minutes in that game, maybe you win it. The Patriots, that's a tough matchup. Belichick's always been tough on young quarterbacks, and the Broncos beat you. They just flat out beat you. And then you come out and you sneak and you beat Tennessee and you play solid, like a very, very good game. I'm looking at the Jets going in to play Atlanta overseas in neutral ground, and they're coming with a ton of momentum, baby. They're coming with momentum. So I'm super, super excited, not for wins, but because this team they're going to feel the momentum. And what's cool is when the Jets play like this, then LaFleur can open the playbook a little bit more for Wilson to do some of the things that you saw in the game. When you're down so much, it changes the way you call plays. You're not able to run the ball as much. Got to spread it out a little bit more. You can't be as you saw a lot of cool plays in this game, a lot of tricks, a little end around to Barrios and stuff like that. Like, I like stuff like that. It keeps things fresh. It keeps the team exciting, and it kind of keeps the defense off balance. When you get that motion to get going and you start getting play action, but it's tough when you can't run the ball or when you have no momentum. Now you see the Jets come out like this, they get a big team win. They're going to feel good when they come practice next week. I feel like they can start getting into that playbook to start the game next week. I'm just super, super excited. I don't even want to get off. I know I got to get off. I could talk about this team forever right now. I mean, it was just such a good day, it really, really was. And then to come and then watch this. And again, it's just such a big time game. It was one of the best games. It has to be one of the best games of the day. Overtime game, back and forth. It was just defense, sacks everywhere, nice throws, big time running plays. I mean, it was just an exciting game. So it's like, it's not just a win. It's not like, oh, well, the Jets won today. It's not like that. It's big because they were down 9-0, came out big, boom, got the win in overtime. That's like a huge boost in morale for the team and the fans and the media and just everything. And it's the way they won, how they won, overtime, showing toughness, 7 sacks, Zach Wilson showing all the big time throws. It's like just momentum times 10 just being thrown on this team. It's like all the negativity that was going on the last few weeks, and it just gets completely thrown out the window, and all that momentum that we saw in the offseason just gets pushed right back in. It's like, you know what? It just got a little funky in here. Just open up the windows and freshen up. You know what I'm saying? The Jets are back, baby. We're back to playing football because that was football. That was football. I mean, just 7 sacks, good big time throws, bend, don't break, good time management, just feisty play. Everyone looking to strip the football. You look, every time Mosley makes a tackle, he's looking to get the ball, hands dug in there, looking for the strip. Excellent, absolute excellent opportunity for the Jets to keep this momentum rolling. And so I leave you with this, guys. The Jets win 27-24, get the first win of the season. Super excited to talk to you guys on Thursday so we can get ready to talk about this Falcons game. Just what an awesome day. The Giants win in overtime too. Everybody in New York is happy. Great weather outside today in New York. These are the days that you remember if you're a Jets fan. Wins like this, hallmark wins. Zach Wilson's first win in overtime, comeback win. Just couldn't ask for a better game from the Jets. You guys better get your butts on those forums and those posts, and you better cheer your team on and give them all positive press. I mean, times 10. And if you're negative and you're like, oh, well, let's just see, no, you get out there because this was a big time win, and you need to get out there and hook your team up. If you're going to talk them down when they play bad, you got to talk them up when they do good. So it's time. So JETS, Jets. As always, thank you. Please share. Let's push this show, man. Let's get it going. There's nobody out here like me and JR putting on a show like this. They're just not like me. It may be different. It may be good. There's a lot of good people out there. There's a lot of good pages, but not like us, not like Jets Guru, not what we're trying to do, not the family environment that we're bringing, not the passion that we're bringing to the show. Nobody's doing that, okay? So let's get this pumping. Let's get it out there. Love you guys so much. See you next Thursday. Peace.
All I hear, go get the money. So I go get it. Hate means I do something right. So I'ma let 'em.